What's up, Yoon-Fam? It is I,
Mark Yoon.
In today's video, we'll be discussing a topic that is seeming to be very divisive amongst the fan base, and it's something that a lot of people are split on, and it's basically just because we're all ignorant and don't have any information as to what is going on. Now, we basically have some indication as to what their intentions are, especially if you read the library or keep up to date on the lore that's in the museum mode kind of stuff, but besides that and beyond that, like, you're pretty much up to the discretion of people that you talk to. And no matter what your opinion is on the matter, I don't think there's really any right or wrong. There's only basically what they've given us so far and our opinions. And what I'm talking about is the playability of the Shepards and the Swords in Soul Calibur VII. So I've already made my pretty much position known on the matter for a while now. If you go back and watch any of my Swords and Shepherd videos, or my Ishka Oct video, her explained video, all of those videos, I pretty much go into the fact that I don't think that many of them are going to be playable. Does this mean that any of them are going to be playable? I'm not sure. So I have made my thoughts known that I think that there's going to be something that's moving the plot forward, especially when the ultimate seed is created, and whether it creates a new sword or whether it creates just an ultimate power that gets absorbed by one of the swords and becomes more powerful than Algol or summons Algol. Whatever they do with that astral chaos and that information is yet to be seen. But we've seen in her bio, Ishka Oct in particular, who is the one that was starring as the main shepherd to Wan Gobak's sword in Huang's story, Soul Chronicle. You can go into the library and check that she is not a fighter and that she's not really meant to be a fighter. She is there pretty much to watch over Wan Gobak and give him purpose, kind of like a partner like you would see in the Akatsuki in Naruto, for example. And she's also there to relay the messages and the details of the information given to her directly from Nightmare, and that's pretty much what her sole purpose is. Now, they do have the ability, as we've seen with just these two characters. I'm not sure if it's good for all of them, but for these two characters in particular, Wan Gobak and Ishka Oct, their fusion made them into a more powerful character and was a force to be reckoned with. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that when you were ready to fight Ishka Oct, she just took on the properties of bosses in the game and didn't really fight herself, so she didn't really have like a character model, and whether she actually does get a character model in the next game is yet to be seen, but I doubt that that's going to be the case. I think if they do, it's going to be using creation parts like her illustration is made up of already, and those creation parts are either going to be battling you as a created character or is a fusion character with Wan Gobak again. Possibly she could take on the role of fighting as a boss like she did before, but we know how that went last time, so I don't know whether she's going to want to try that again against the Conduit or any of the characters that are trying to thwart her plans. Now, whatever this organization turns out to be, we know that some of them are probably most likely going to be playable, because we know that Viola, who has been postulated for a long time to be Amy, which we pretty much know is Amy, and has shown the beginnings of a transformation due to her psychic or telekinetic abilities, whatever you want to call her, clairvoyance. We've already seen the tides turning and this starting to take shape, and we do know that SCVI is the number, I think he represents 8 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I have it written down somewhere. But he is also going to be a sword potentially, and I think Viola is probably going to be his shepherd. I think they're going to be a pair, or they're both going to be swords and they're going to meet each other and decide to branch away from the organization and join forces. Whether that's the case or not is speculation, but we know that those two characters are probably most likely going to be playable. So we know that at least 2 out of the 16 characters that are going to be created for that are going to be playable, but I think the rest of them, most likely we're going to see the same situation that we saw with Wan Gobak, is that he's just created from character creation parts within the game, and that's how you're going to fight them and play them. And whether you unlock them as bonus characters is something that I'm not sure about. I know we can't do it in Soul Calibur VI with what they've had so far. We'd have to directly like recreate him with the parts that we see that they use. So whether we have an imperfect creation or whatever, or a proper moveset for the character is yet to be seen, but I don't think that they're going to be 100% playable characters By that I mean I don't think they're going to be subjugated to a slot or anything like that. I think we may unlock them as bonus fighters or something akin to that, but there's a lot showing that that's probably not going to be the case. Whether some of the other characters that are Swords and Shields are going to be actual characters, I do believe that we probably will get some other ones besides Viola and Zwei. This could just be speculation on my end, but I think they will introduce one or two of these new characters to be actual characters, and they may be the ones to take the lead or, you know, actually accomplish the goal that they've been set forth to do. Anything that you want to postulate towards that can be dreamed up because we don't know what the story is going to be yet. But I think that that would be possibly a good way to introduce new character fighting styles and weapons while introducing new characters and giving them already a place in the story, because we do know that there's going to be 8 swords and 8 shepherds to follow along with them, so that's 16 total characters. We already know 2 of them, and then we also know the 2 new ones that were released in the last DLC, which was Juan Gobak and Ishka Acht. So whether Curtis actually turns out to be one of these swords or shepherds or whatever is still yet to be seen also, because he is seen in there. Spoiler alert, I guess. But whether or not that's the case, you know, that's all up to anybody's guess at this point. But if you're going to ask me straight up, is it my opinion that these 2 characters in particular, being Juan Gobak and Ishka Acht, are going to be fully playable characters, then my answer is going to be no. Now, I don't know what Ishka Acht is going to, what role she's going to play in the story. I think she's going to be a conduit of some sorts for separating Nightmare and then giving the ability for Aswell to create the ultimate seed by, you know, sending out the rest of the Swords and Shepards to gather these fully charged from battle now evil seed shards that were from Soul Edge to begin with. She's going to obviously play that kind of leadership role, but I don't think she's going to play any kind of role when it comes to being the one that's going to have to fight, you know what I mean? Unless, like, they create these characters, like I said before, with character creation parts and use them in, like, a Libra of Souls type mode, or to battle them in the story mode, is yet to be seen, and simply speculation. But with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this video to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you did. There's also the Yoon-Fam that you can join for added benefits, and you can see the details of that on the join button. Check out the Discord, that links are in the description box down below, and other affiliated channels. And with that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. As always, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.